Alright, let's talk about today. So, today, actually this week, but today was a really busy day. I was flat out today as well. The only time I took time off was in the last 1 hour. I was actually reading a newspaper. The day started out pretty alright, you know? It was chill. I got the motorbike, got paid, so put some fuel in it, grabbed some drinks, as in Powerade, meet 2 for 1 deal, you know? um, Went to work. Work was not chill. Work was work, 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 work. Work has been like that for the past week. And it sort of kept that momentum going. But the boss, well, Pete, uh, supervisor, really appreciated it. Like, a lot. Which is good. Old timer got a little bit frustrating because he was just being him. But it was pretty much just me and Soup doing all the heavy lifting, if you ask me. But whatever. Nothing really stuck out today, other than towards the end of the day, it started off with 3 teachers walking around a blue car, and I did notice it, but I sort of just ignored it. But then it got to like 4 or 5 teachers, and I was like, alright, I better go and check. So I said, hey, what's everyone doing? What's the commotion out here? And they're like, oh, this car's got a flat tire. And I was like, yeah, it does look a little bit low. Anyway, I eventually got around to the other side of the car, and I was like, holy, that thing's buggered. It was like a huge gash out of the tire. And I was like, wow, what the hell caused this? So me and a bunch of teachers all talked about it. It was sort of like schoolyard gossip, I guess. Like, how the did this happen? So we wanted to figure out whose teacher drove the car, how it happened, etc., etc. But it was funny, because when we were all talking about this, and we were all having a nice little laugh, talking about the car, talking about the really massive flat tire, like completely gouged, I said, and I really was hoping that they were smarter than this. There are at least 4 to 6 female teachers and one African-looking male teacher. And he got the dad joke straight away. The blonde female next to me took a few little nudges, but she got it and the rest didn't. And I said to them in the group, well, the tire doesn't look that bad. And they all looked at me. I said, the top half's still good, the bottom half's flat, but the top half of the tire is still good. And a couple of teachers looked at me and said, what? What are you on about? Have a look at it. They said it's completely flat. So what are you talking about? I said the top half's great. And straight away the African guy knew what I was talking about. And the blonde one took a little bit of nudging, but she got it. And a couple of teachers argued about it to me. I said, I'm telling you, look, and I touched it. The top half is still pretty round, but that bottom half, that's done for. And eventually they fucking got it. It was so funny, man. And also a couple of young teachers drove past, and I was like, hold up. And they looked at me and said, you guys look pretty bloody suspicious. Did you slash this tire? They're like, what? I was like, no, it wasn't me. I was like, oh, I don't know. You look a little bit sus. She's like, oh, no, I promise you, it wasn't me. When I told the story to my mother, she's like, you should have asked them if they had an alibi. I was like, oh, that would have fit perfect. It was funny. It was a funny way to end the day. Fixed that other motorbike rider at school. I helped him fix one of the school soccer net things. That was fun, I guess. And I played quite a bit of Xbox Australia. Quite a few games, to be honest. But I'm just so glad it's the weekend. I'm not usually like that, but I'm just so glad. Oh, I got fed so much this week. And including today, I went to the home ec room, and the other bloke gave me some really nice pasta. I'm not a judgy person. When he told me to judge his pasta, I really don't like judging food. But he was correct. His ravioli, I don't know exactly what it was, I don't remember. He said it very authentically, was very thick, and he asked me what it was like, but I said, "Oh, sorry, man, I haven't eaten it yet." And then he told me it was thick, and I took a bite out of it. It was very thick, but it was all love. Oh, it was beautiful stuffing, or whatever you want to call it. Oh, I had the chili sort of pasta as well. Wasn't my favourite, but I hate chili food. Although it was nice, it was edible. Just wasn't my favourite. I preferred the non-chili version. And then he had some kind of what was it? It wasn't spinach, because I said spinach, and he goes, "Not spinach." It's got what's that word? It's parsley? No, it wasn't parsley. Oh, whatever. He had a pretty vegan friendly one. That was actually really nice. It was really nice. I really enjoyed. If you, I don't know if you watch my videos, because I think you know they exist, but they were lovely. I would honestly, very surprisingly, rate that parsley looking one probably number one. It was something just different and unique. I thought it was nice. I really did. Then I want to rate the ravioli one second, but it was quite thick. So I guess I'd rate it third. I like the traditional spaghetti with the traditional meat sauce. That was mint. Then I guess the ravioli, but that could be a close first if it wasn't as thick. And then I'd go to chili, because I just don't like chili food. But it was a lovely meal. It was very nice. I like that bloke. He's a good bloke. I hang around him, I get free food, And I hang around the canteen, and I get free food from her. She's a good bloke too. Sometimes I hang around the I don't know what it is, the behavior room, and they gave me free food too. I know where to get my food from in this school, I tell you that. But today was a good day. It was, yeah. It had a lot of good elements. And I watched a bloody great movie called In the Grey with my father. That was a bloody ripper of a movie. So yeah, it was a bloody good night. Anyway, peace.